So this literally just happened literally just 2 weeks ago, right? I was in work, right, with a few of the co-workers I was working. We work in a group of 4, so there's 4 of us in one room. I work in a warehouse, by the way. I work part-time in this warehouse, and so there's 4 guys in my section, and there's 4 like other girls in the other section. We were just having our usual conversation. We were just talking about life. I wasn't engaged in the conversation because at that point I was just there to get the money and go home. Like, I wasn't there to chat about, because after I heard what happened in the work and stuff like that, I knew, like, in this environment that I was in, it was more of a toxic environment. So the environment was more geared towards like people talking behind each other's backs, people scared of the manager, people telling on each other for little things, like stuff like that as well. And a lot of manipulation as well in that workplace too. But I digress. Just a little backstory on what the workplace is, so I could just tell you what the story is. So I was in work one of the days 2 weeks ago, and it came up conversation that we guys were talking about relationships. I wasn't in the conversation, of course, but they were talking about relationships. And mind you, 2 of the lads in my space, they both had like partners. One had a girlfriend that he was going to propose to very, very soon, and one was already married to this girl when he was married when he was like 21, something like that, 20 years old. He was married very young. They both start talking about girls, not even their wives or anything. I mean, girls, like different girls, talking about like, oh, what's your favorite ethnicity for this girl, or what's your favorite, like, oh, what's your favorite thing? Like, they making like sexual jokes and all that stuff. Then I was in the corner, obviously, because I work in the corner, and I was just very baffled and surprised about like the conversation and what they were talking about. I didn't even realize like what they were talking about up until they said about like, they were talking about like, oh, look at that new girl. So there's a new girl in our workplace, and she's an accountant, and she does this and that, and then she's so beautiful, and be like, oh, look at her ass and all that stuff, which like I found it very embarrassing, just to say the least. As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I feel so embarrassed for their wives, honestly, for their girlfriend and wives. I feel so embarrassed, because imagine you being with your girlfriend or your partner for 10 years and they talk about other girls. At that point, I give them that's micro cheating. If you don't know what micro cheating is, it's like a form of cheating, but like cheating in a very discreet and way that like the partner doesn't even know, and like people wouldn't even call it cheating, but like in that sense it would be called cheating, because you're talking about a different woman when you're in a relationship. But I digress. For me, I was just so baffled, and I had no one really to talk to in work, because obviously I was doing my own thing. And the thought that came up in my mind was that even when you're in a relationship, putting loyalty number 1 is a top priority, honestly. And people say, oh, loyalty this, loyalty that, like all this stuff, and they say like, oh, yeah, you know, be loyal to your partner and blah 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 blah, all this stuff. But when they say it, like when they get married and say, oh, I'm going to be loyal to my partner, then in 5 years time their partner literally micro cheats on them. What is, like, that's not being loyal to like your person. Because the thing is, work is a weird one, to be honest with you. It's not even the dating apps or like whether you're going to a party or something. Like, it's in work, and in work everyone would say, oh, everything's fine, everything's this and that, when literally their partner could be going into work and talking about different women in their work, which is just so shocking to see, honestly. Because I think, right, you can't even respect your own women. You shouldn't even be with the girl in the first place. I know I'm ranting a lot, but fellas, like, you shouldn't be with a woman if you can't control your desire of loyalty and lust. Like, in that moment, those 2 lads, they were talking about different women, that was purely on lust, because they didn't find her personally attractive, emotionally attractive. They found her physically attractive by the shape of her body. Like, maybe she had like an hourglass shape or something. That's the thing. You need to respect your woman. In the book, The Way of Superior Man, David Deida, he talks about lust, and he talks about turning lust into gifts. And meaning, turn lust into gifts. It's not about being lustful is basically weakness. You should When you feel lustful about something, you should desire it and be more motivated to work on your goal, or to talk to your women, or be more, be more happy and fulfilled to your women. You shouldn't be pulled towards another woman. Like in the book, The Way to Superior Man, David Deida talks about how the superior man, obviously, that's what he describes in his book, that your partner, right, if you feel lustful towards a different person, you shouldn't act on it and then start talking about a different girl, start talking about, oh, this girl's this and that, right? You should have that, if you have that lustful desire in your head, you should transmute that desire into your body and just dispute that into your work and into your craft. That is the right way to approach lust, not to talk about different women, oh, their body's like this, they're like this and that, and just basically praising the women, right? You shouldn't be doing such a thing like that, because if you want a fulfilling relationship, you can't be, like, obviously you can't be talking about different women. I know this is so basic advice, but you can't be talking about different women. Even you say, oh, obviously you can't be talking about different women. Even people in my work who has been with a partner for like 5 to 10 years still do it. They can say, oh, obviously I'm not going to talk about a different woman, but like, oh, when they're with other men, they feel like they're more open to talk about it. But still, that's a form of micro-cheating, because it feels like you're not satisfied with your own partner that you're with right now, and you want to seek a new partner because you feel like, oh, she's more biologically acceptable to your standards, and you're not happy with your own woman. At that point, why even be with the women, right? Why even be with the women that you're with? Why commit to her when you can go over and talk about this different girl? The thing is, right, with relationships, number one is loyalty. You have to be loyal. Even if it's hard, even if you find another person attractive. Honestly, I feel like, right, why cheating is more prevalent is because of social media. People are promoting cheating, everything to do with modern dating. Social media has made it unthinkable for like people to actually like stick to their partner. Because on social media, there's people talking about, oh, it's okay to cheat on your wife, it's okay to do this, it's okay to do that. When modern dating is so messed up, honestly. Well, they say it's okay to do whatever this is, okay to do like that to your partner, do this, do that. Like, it's okay, guys, who cares? Like, oh, the boys accept this, so you know what, might as well we do it. No, of course not. And that's my goal. My goal is to help men who are in relationships, first of all, get their foundations right. Loyalty, respect, helping your partner, having boundaries, setting goals with each other. That's the foundations of relationships. And again, people who can't fulfill that, they shouldn't be in relationships. And it's sad to see modern dating and social media doing that. Obviously, I'm not even on social media. I took a break off social media. I've taken a break off social media since the beginning of the year. I'm recording this video in July, and I took the break in January, the first week of January. Last time I've been to social media was probably about 3 weeks ago, just to check some DMs, because I was making a little story for something. It was just, I didn't even scroll on like Instagram or anything. I wanted to look at some memories and like download some stuff, that's all. But honestly, that's my rant on modern dating. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't really too much informative. It was just a rant on modern dating, but this is the thing I'm so passionate in, because I want to help as much men as possible who are messed up by social media, influenced by social media, the different directions of life, to help them in their way of life and to find the right fulfilling relationships and to find the right girl, because finding a girl is hard these days. Who's not screwed up by this modern social media stuff and about modern dating, about the dating scene on social media as a whole. So, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Peace.